Hi, this is Nitin from Trust Focus Software Solution. Today I'm going to show you how to draft a lab request and how to create a invoice for the lab. So in the left side you can see here there is a medical module. So when you click on medical module, it will so many menus are there: configuration, appointment, inpatient, patient, laboratory, invoice, and the reporting. So there are two ways to draft a request. First, you can draft the request by the patient registration form or patient form, and the second option is from the lab laboratory. When you click draft request, there is an option called new. From there you can create a draft for a lab test. So let's start. In the patient, all the patient list will come in front of you, where the patient name, last name, with their respective ID, with the status that it is a hospitalized or it is a outpatient, sex, date of birth, date of registration, and the file number. So choose one of the patient. So when you double click on the patient, you can see here all the information come in front of you with the form. The patient name is Monica, ID, date of birth, female, file number with the age. So in the bottom side you can see general information, disease, medicine, medication, evaluation, and the lab test. So when you click on the lab test tab, you can see here there are so many options: test type, doctors, date, and the state. So from here you can draft a lab request. So let's start with the drafting a lab request for the patient Monica. So when there is an option called create a new entry. So from here, when you click, it will ask for the test type. So you have to enter the test type. So after that, you will click on search a resource. So when you click on the search of resource, it will show you all the test types which comes under RMC. So from here you can choose. You can also choose doctors if required. Save and new if you want to enter one more test. So for the Monica, the doctor advised for the two tests: blood for microfilariae and the cholesterol. So after drafting this request, you have to save this request. So from here you can save. So when you save it, you see the status document saved. Now we are going to see where this lab draft request will go. In the medical laboratory lab request, when you click on lab request, you will see by the name of Monica the two requests came for the test. So you go by one or you go at the same time. So when you select both of two tests for the same patient Monica, and you want to go for create the invoice for this test, so click on option or action it will ask two options: create a lab invoice and create a lab test. So for every lab test you have to go for lab invoice, then only you will go for the test. So when you create lab invoice, it will ask for creating the invoice. So click on the create invoice, it will come here: customer name, sales administration, Tanzania currency, with the specified value of the charges of the lab test. So when you double click on this, you can see here all the detail come in this form called create lab invoice. So both two lab test is there, consultant name is there, unit price is there, all the informations are there for the patient moniker. If the if this patient is claimed for the insurance, then the patient have to claim for their insurance by here. So when you enter patient under this company cannot claim for this item, that means that the company will not reflect the value for this lab test. So you can see here will enter the claim information. So when you reload it, you will see that it's automatically the value will change with the company charges. Before it is 70,000, 77,000. Now it's 67,560. Now after that you can validate this invoice. There is four options is there. You can cancel this invoice, you can refund this invoice, you can payment this for continue, and then you can print this invoice. So by clicking print option, you can take a print of this invoice. You can see this Residence Medical Center and with the invoice details, patient name, insurance company, with the all details comes inside this print invoice. When you click on payment, it says that you already claimed for that, so you do not have to go for the bill. So there is no need to pay or payment. Okay, so this is the process how to create a lab invoice. Now we are going to create lab test. So for this both two test invoice is over. Now we are going to create lab test. So when you click on action, there is an option called create lab test. When you click on lab test, okay, it will ask for the do you want to generate the test, create a lab test, test name, test type, and the patient name with the date. So when you double click on this, it will ask some of the information: ID, test type, date of analysis, patient name, specimen. You have to enter all the specimen is specified here. Pathologist, all the pathologists here. You can choose the pathologist and you enter from this option. And from here you can enter the result. This is the process how to create a lab test. So this is the one process where you are going to draft the request from the patient form. Now we are going to show you the another process how to draft a request. In the medical laboratory lab request, draft request, you can see here there is an option called new. So when you click new, you can select test type, patient name for whom you are going for the test, doctor. Then in the right side you can see this, there are two options. First one is create lab test and the second one is the create lab invoice. So we'll go for the lab invoice. So you can see here it will came here for the lab invoice. So when double click here, it will there is a cash value is there 82,500 T shillings. You can validate this invoice and after that you will payment for this invoice. Payment method bank general, validate. You can take the voucher of this print. You can see voucher for the patient. So this is the process, or this is the second process how to create a draft request, how to create an invoice. Now for the same patient I'm going to create test. So this is the person which I'm going to create lab test. So you can see here, from here you can enter the sequence test, results, normal range and the unit. After that, after you can save it from here, see it's showing that invalid form. So you have to enter the specimen and you can save it from here and you will take the lab report. This is the lab report. This is the process how to draft a request or how to create a lab invoice and how to go for the lab test. Thank you very much.